Okay, so today we're going to address a very specific issue of how you can distribute the course tasks for different sections. Like for example, you have a course with 5 sections and you want students of section 1 to take a different quiz than the students of other sections, right? Or you want students of section 1 to only do work assigned to section 1 only and not of other sections. Or for example, if you're a teacher of section 1, you would just want to mark section 1 students' grades, and you don't want to care about the other students of other sections, right? So we're going to target this very specific issue of dividing students and works into different sections. Okay, so to begin with, we need to first create different sections first, right? So to create that, we need to go to settings and then go to group configurations. Alright, once you're inside group configurations, you can see that there is something called add your first content group. Okay, so type the name of this group. So for example, I want to have 2 sections, then I'm going to create 2 content groups, one of section 1 and one of section 2. Right, so create. Then you'd want to create another section, section 2. Great, alright. Now that you have 2 sections ready, you would want to create assignments for different sections or tests for different sections. To do that, you need to move to content and go to outline. Okay. So now I'd like to create a new section, then a new subsection, and then 2 different units or 2 different assignments for 2 different sections. All right. So first I'll create a new unit. This is probably week 1. All right. New subsection. This will be assignment for week 1, and then unit, and once I'm in this unit, I like to call this assignment 1 for section 1. Okay. So let's create an assignment for section 1. Let this be a staff graded assignment. Okay, done. So you have already an assignment for section 1. Now I would like to do the same thing for section 2. So move on to week 1. So you would want to create another unit, and then this will be assignment 1 for section 2. Alright, I'll create another staff graded assignment. Alright. Okay. Now once you've created these things, you need to publish. I need to do the same thing for assignment 1 of section 1. Alright, let's move to assignment 1 for section 1. Click on publish. All right. Okay, now that we have published our assignment and we have selected assignment for section 1, so we need to specify that this assignment should only be visible for students of section 1 and not for students of section 2. So we go to access settings, and since this is for section 1, we select restrict access to content groups, and this would be section 1. All right. Okay. So click on publish again, and then go to week 1, and we need to do the same thing for section 2. Alright, assignment for section 2. Alright, move on to the settings, and then select content groups, and then push it to section 2 because this assignment is targeted for section 2. Okay. Alright, that is it for creating assignments for 2 different sections and then restricting the access to different sections only. Okay, now you click on publish. After this, move into the view live version. Once you click the live version, you'll be loaded with the buX studio. Alright, so first you'd want to see the people enrolled in your course. So to do that, move into the instructor tab. Once you're inside the instructor tab, you'll see that there are total 2 people. To see the information of these 2 people, move into the data download tab. Alright, inside the data download tab, there's something called download profile information as CSV. Click on that. So click that, you'll see that the enrollment learner profile report has been created, And to see that, move on to the pending tasks below. You'll see that a report has been created. Download that report. So once you've clicked it, you'll be opened with an Excel sheet, and you'll be given all the information of all the students who enrolled in your course. Now these are the 2 people who enrolled in my course. Things can be a bit different in your case, right? So now after this, you'd want to probably add a few people to your course. All right, if you want to manually add a few people to your course, then you'd have to go to the membership tab and enter the email addresses of the students who you want to add to your course. All right, now notice that it says that you need to separate your email addresses by commas. For example, I want to add someone, and then I want to add another person. Then you would want to put a comma first, and then a space, and then the email address of the other person, right? That's how it's gonna go. All right, then after adding them, you'd want to click on enroll, and they will be emailed that they have been enrolled into a particular course, right? Right, now moving on to the biggest challenge, right? So where you would want to add students to different sections or move students from one section to another section, right? Because that is ultimately what you want to do. All right, so to do that, you need to move on to cohorts, right? So move on to cohorts, and you'll see that there is a drop down list, and in the drop down list you'll see that there are 2 sections, the same content groups that you created and the number of students added to each section. In my case, both the students that I added are in section 2. So let's start with moving one student from section 2 to section 1. All right, so over here there's another text field where it says that add the email address of students that you want to move or you want to add. So probably I would want to move one student from section 2. So to do that, I'll type the email address of that student. That is it. And probably I'd also want to add another student. Okay, but make sure that if you want to add a student, you need to first enroll him into your course. If you don't have him enrolled, then you can't add him to one of your sections. All right, so you must be sure that that person is enrolled in your course. So if I want to say at gmail.com, I need to make sure that this guy is first enrolled into my course, and only then I can move him into one of my sections. If I don't have that, I cannot do that. Okay, so just like that, you press on add learners, and you'll be prompted that one learner has been added to this cohort. One learner was moved from section 2. So now you see you have one student in section 1 and one student in section 2. All right, okay, so again, if you want to download the data, you go to data download, download a profile information as CSV. You'll be prompted download this latest file. All right, oh, this is not the latest file. All right, download this latest file, and you'll see that this one student is in section 1 and the other is in section 2. All right, this has been changed, but previously it was both of them were in section 2. Okay, that's how you add students from sections, add students to different sections, or move students from one section to another section. All right, okay, so now moving on to the last part, but before we move into the last part, I'd like to give you a rundown of the things that we covered. So first we learned how to create a course, and then we learned how to create different sections or content groups, and then we learned how to add different people to different sections, and then also learned how to move one person or people from one section to another. All right, so lastly I'm going to show you how students from different sections, students of different sections, how they're going to submit their assignments, and I'd also like to show you how student from section 1 cannot submit an assignment to the assignment portal of section 2. So to do that, move into the course tab. Okay, so once you're in the course tab, I'd like to first show you how student of one section cannot submit assignment to the portal of another section. So I'd like to view this page as a student of section 1. Right. And then move into assignment for section 1. Now notice that a student of section 1 gets a tab for assignment 1 for section 1 where he can upload his assignment, right? So he clicks on it, he'll get a pop-up box where he can upload his assignment. But once he moves into assignment 1 for section 2, he does not have that button. Therefore, a student of section 1 cannot upload an assignment to the portal student section 2, right? Similarly, if I view the page as a learner in section 2, so yeah, when I'm a learner in section 2, I cannot see the tab assignment 1 for section 1 for section 1's portal, right? But if I move into section 2's portal, right? So if I move into section 2's portal, you'll see that he gets a tab where he can upload his assignment. He clicks on it and he can upload his assignment, right? So that's how students are restricted, students of different sections are restricted from uploading assignments to different sections portals, right? And lastly, how you can grade students of different sections differently. So you can view as a staff. I'll show you the view of a staff and how you can use that view to grade students of different sections, right? So when you want to grade, for example, if you're a teacher of section 1 and you would want to grade the submissions of section 1's assignments, so you move into the tab of section 1 and click on grade submissions. Over here you'll get all the students of section 1 only who have submitted the assignments, and you can grade those assignments, right? Over here, I mean, all the options will be visible here, right? Similarly, if you are a teacher of section 2, then you should move on to the tab for section 2. Yeah, so if you're a teacher of section 2, you click onto section 2's tab and you'll have to click on grade submissions, and this will show you all the submissions of students of section 2 who submitted their assignments, and you can grade them over here accordingly, right? Okay. Okay, so that shows the multitude of things that you can do with the cohorts and content groups. I hope you'll find this video useful, and thank you for watching.